Are you considering real estate investment in Houston or looking to buy or sell in Houston already, but don't know where to start or where the opportunities may be? With Houston's market evolving rapidly, now is a great time to dive in. Hello, investors. I'm Zach Serritella with Exp Realty, here to guide you through the ins and outs of the Houston real estate market. Whether you're looking to build long-term, short-term, mid-term these days, this video will help you really gain some more information and the opportunities and strategies that we have here in Houston. If you have any questions, please look at my information below. Let's get started. So one of the first things that we'll talk about today is just kind of an overview of the Houston market right now. So the current landscape is that Houston's real estate market has really shown its resilience and the ability to really outpace other cities as far as the economic recovery and development over the past couple of years because of COVID and the crazy market that we have today with high interest rates. The robust growth has really provided a fertile ground for real estate investments, especially for commercial and residential. Build on the first point and just kind of the overall market of Houston. The second key point we'll kind of talk about is actually the investment opportunities. So with the fourth biggest city, and it's really close to the third, actually, I heard Chicago population is kind of decreasing with Houston's increasing because of the weather and obviously the great market with oil and gas. You got the east side with the oil and gas, who are going to be great rental properties for people in oil and gas that needs traveling a lot. You're going to be working a lot, need a place to stay for, kind of redo on construction, coming from construction. This is a huge thing that I know that a lot of my coworkers go through. And then you got the south side with Galveston, and then you got Texas City. So there's a lot of suburbs kind of outsides that are, have their own kind of little like spice, own kind of like little features that are super, super interesting. And, with that, then you also got inside of Houston, which is, all the commercial stuff, all the, you got the energy corridor, you got downtown Houston, you got, the amazing sports teams with Astros and Texans. So there's definitely, short-term rentals downtown with all the sports events and obviously being downtown in the fourth biggest city in the United States right now. And also the suburbs with just the different types of, nature or, beaches, and also short-term rentals. With beaches and also long-term with oil and gas people who need to stay there while they're doing these, massive construction projects. So as we continue, we'll build on top of that. We're talking about the suburbs, the downtown area, kind of the emerging neighborhoods that we have right now. Two that I'll really pinpoint today is the East Downtown area. It's kind of nicknamed EDU. And the Greater Heights area. So I know that I personally have a ton of friends out there in the Greater Heights area. I try to visit them often because that place is absolutely booming right now. The amount of commercial people, properties coming in there, the amount of restaurants, the amount of grocery stores, all of that, all the amazing, buildings. I was driving down in Independence Heights the other day, and the amount of like one-story buildings that were knocked down and they built these just beautiful 2-3-story houses are just incredible. The streets are super nice, super clean, amazing area. Same thing with EDU, that's over kind of downtown Houston, right by the, Astro Stadium where all the kind of bars at. It's definitely by University of Houston as well. So it's definitely a younger crowd in these two areas. And with that, it brings young people back into the city because it's very close to the city. It's not necessarily super suburbs like maybe Katy or Cypress, but it brings people and young professionals back into those areas, which are definitely areas that could produce very high yield returns and when will continue to develop as they kind of just start to revitalize those areas and just make them even better than they already are. So key point number 4 is investment strategy. So we looked at the overview of the market. We looked at some other investment opportunities. We looked at some emerging neighborhoods. So now looking at investment strategies, I really do think that Houston is, one of those markets that you could have and have success with any of the types of investment strategies, such as commercial. You got short-term rentals with Galveston and Texas City, Kima, on the beach. You got midterm rentals because of Houston Methodist. I mean, it's one of the biggest hospitals here. There's a lot of travel nurses, stuff like that. And long-term investment properties is, there's always developments. It's the fourth biggest city. There's people, always looking for rentals. The market's huge. And then of course you got commercial properties downtown. So being able to have those type of markets is huge. And either which one you go for, you're going to be able to really succeed here in Houston. Key point number 5, and this is one that I'm sure investors probably always hear about, but we gotta talk about, is risk management, right? So with all these markets, like I said, you really think you can win with short-term, mid-term, long-term commercial real estate. But in all these investments, these are huge investments. So you gotta be able to manage your risks, right? It's always crucial. So always make sure that you're keeping up with local zoning laws, market trends via this channel. I always post kind of like what's going on in the market, potential economic shifts, so national news. Right now we said the high interest rates, some of the highest we've seen in the last 30 years. Median home prices are up to all-time highs. So you just gotta kind of understand kind of where that's going, and I'm sure you guys already know that, but so I wanna make sure it's pointed out that you gotta manage these risks. So when you're considering these long-term implications of your investment decisions, especially in Houston, which is always changing, and the economic landscape, but that's always necessarily not always bad. It's always really good because, like I said, some of these emerging neighborhoods are absolutely incredible. So just kind of keeping ahead of the curve is kind of what we're all about, but you also gotta manage the risk at the same time. So in conclusion, I do think that Houston offers a vibrant range of opportunities for real estate investors to looking to expand their portfolios and to really increase their returns. So, we talked about the short term with Galveston and Texas City and Kemah. We talked about the midterm rentals with all of the Houston Methodists and all the hospitals around the area for, traveling nurses. We got long-term rentals. That's currently what I'm looking for. I'm currently doing house hacking, which is kind of a variation, I guess, if you think of long-term. Is basically I buy a house, someone's renting, part of my rooms, helping me with my mortgage payment every month. I think that's an amazing strategy for new investors, and even if you're an experienced investor, I really do think it's an amazing strategy. We can definitely go into more details on that. If you're looking for more personalized advice or to explore more specific opportunities, please reach out to me. I got my information down below in the description. So remember, from the drawing table to the closing table, let's engineer your success in real estate. And please like and subscribe. I hope you guys have a great day and stay tuned for the next video. I appreciate y'all.